Even in the best of families, there are patterns, there are dynamics that may not be so healthy. And so most of our behavioral patterns, our character, personality, temperaments come from the family we grew up in. The way we love, the way we respond to things, it's all determined by who raised us and the home environment, so to speak. So now, let me share the story of Joseph really quickly. The book of Genesis, chapter 37, when you get to verse 5, it talks about, even before verse 5, it talks about how the brothers of Joseph saw that he was loved the most by their parents. So because he was loved by their parents, they can tell or whatnot, they will not peacefully deal with him. That's what the Bible is saying, that they refuse to peacefully deal with him or handle him or communicate with him because they saw the difference in the treatment. Perhaps obviously as parents we're encouraged not to be so blunt and treat our children differently, but coming from a large family is much easier to tell the difference. And I come from a large family, a family of 10 kids. I'm the 9th child. And so I can understand, when we talk about dynamics and favoritism, there are parents that don't know how to hide it or don't know how to manage all the children. And so you can clearly see the difference in the treatment. It happens, right? Sometimes they're not even aware. And the other children may pick some things or, it happens, okay? Especially in large families. And so in verse 5, the Bible says that Joseph had a dream. And so he comes and he tells his brothers, I had a dream and our sheep was doing this and your sheep was doing that, blah, blah, blah. And they're looking and saying, what are you trying to say, that our sheep are going to come and bow down to yours? I don't understand, and so Joseph, I don't think even understood the dream. He just was going to share. Many of us, we've had dreams we didn't fully maybe understand in the past, and so you went to someone and said, hey, I had a dream and this was what was in the dream. There's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes you're trying to understand and you're growing spiritually, and there may be things that may be missing, or you want to make sure you didn't miss the mark. Okay, you want to make sure you didn't miss the mark, and so you want to run it by someone. So Joseph just kind of, it sounds like, innocently went to his brothers and was just sharing the dream. And in sharing it, the brothers hated him the more, the Bible says. They just hated him more because they understood the dream. Joseph didn't know what he carries. He didn't know who he was, who he was going to become. But the brothers had already understood the order of business. Okay? So then in verse 9, the Bible says that Joseph dreamt yet another dream. And this time he went and told the parents as well. And even the parents were like, okay, so you're really trying to say that we're going to bow down to you on this earth? Like, we're really going to worship you? Like, really? And the father sat back and watched, because the brothers, of course, they had the first dream, the second dream. So now they're like, this is confirmation. So he sat back and watched how much they hated Joseph. We know the rest of the story. They try to kill Joseph. It doesn't work. So now they try, one person saves him, the oldest brother Reuben, saves him. And instead they sell him into, to some merchants that are passing by. He ends up in Egypt. We know there was a covenant, and that covenant was going to come to pass because God said it. The way it was going to happen was not by choice, but God was going to let it happen regardless, because he has established his covenant with Joseph. Family dynamics can be very funny, okay? Hatred exists in family. You tell yourself, I don't get it. How come we're all family? We're all supposed... You may be innocent. You may be thinking, we should all be happy for each other. Let me come and tell you my business. You go and tell your business and it's like, whoa. Then your business is used against you. You go and share an idea, and someone bypasses you and goes around and goes and does the idea, or whatever the case may be, right? Within the family context, right? Whatever the case may be. But I'm here to share with you that regardless of how he was hated, in the end, Joseph never hated them back. In the end. So it's important to watch your dynamics with your family. People can give you hatred, they can give you meanness, they can give you unforgiveness, they can, whatever they give you and throw at you, yours isn't to retaliate within the family. There's a place where you have to think about your mental health and sit back and say, all right, I need to be delivered from my family. All right, because we don't choose the families that we're born into. And I believe that our relationships are the best way for God to show us who he is. And we see God through people. We do. And so when people are bad, is it God? No, God is teaching you something about his nature. He's teaching you something about the principles of forgiveness, of love, and how much he had to put up with to still love us and be our father no matter what we did. So there's so much we're learning in the gospel, about the gospel, just being within our family. All right. So the family dynamics can be very detrimental at times. So the key here is that because so much of who we become in the future is based on our family dynamic and based on our family relationships, you want to make sure that when you're old enough to know the difference and see where your family is impacting you, you want to make sure that you assess, reassess, unlearn some things and relearn things that you need to learn. Learn new things that can help you or improve your own family. So that's very important. Dynamics in family can be very negative, but don't be part of the negativity. Allow people to be. There are times where family members don't talk to each other. Listen, if that's what they want, allow them to be. Because a time will come where they may draw near you. A time may come where they may need you, and because of that situation, they will come to you. And that's not what you're praying for, but you're praying for a change of heart, And so when people are ready, they will come around. But don't kill yourself with the detriment. Like, just don't use that burden. Don't burden yourself with, this person is not talking to me, I want to go talk to that person, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that to yourself. All right? Just stay put and pray for them. Pray for them and forgive them and let it go. Whatever they've done to you, let it go. Because family was created to strengthen, to help, to support. All the other stuff that happens in family is the enemy's way of destroying and not wanting the glory of God to be shown. You've heard me talk about that. It's all about the glory of God. So the enemy knows how powerful this family is. So the enemy will creep in with negative things. So stay encouraged. Don't give up on your family if there's some difficulties and you're still experiencing negativity. Just continue. Feel free to reach out to me if you need some help addressing some of those issues. All right. Having said that, this is Coach Yeboah. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so that you're notified of new videos. Have an amazing, amazing day.